You're dying for me to see Bad Santa, and I'm dying for Stephen Ross to learn a damn thing or two. That's a problem for us, that Stephen Ross refuses to learn. So he makes the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I'm going to tell you some stuff here that Mike McDaniel was a leftover from the prior regime when Flo was here. Flo wanted to talk to Mike McDaniel about being an offensive coordinator. So when Flo was fired, McDaniel was already on a list there, and they kind of went back to that list, and they brought him in, and the rest is history. Well, Jeremy Fowler, who I've known for a long time, have immense respect for him. He's super responsible. If he puts something out there, he got it from somewhere pretty respectable that knows their shit. So Fowler reports that the Dolphins could be looking at Vance Joseph as a coach next year. Now, there's a part of you that says, well, hey, that's good. That means McDaniel's not going to be kept. And yeah, there's a little good to that. But as Fowler adds, and I just gave you a little nugget, well, he was a finalist for the job for the job when McDaniel got it. So he was on the prior list. So there hasn't been a lot of creativity here. We're going off of prior lists from other people. So McDaniel ended up here because of Flo. Indirectly, Flo couldn't find an offensive coordinator. He changed it every year. And in one of those years, he requested to talk to McDaniel, and the Niners denied it. So then when Flo was fired, that was already on the list. So then they brought him in from there. So now Fowler gets a whiff about Vance Joseph. So this is where I sit here and I go, I know the history and I understand everything going on, but you need to clean house. You need to clean house from top to bottom. I know we can't get rid of the owner. I wish we all could. I wish we could tell the Ross family to sell because somebody else with money will buy it. Hopefully way better than the Ross family, because the Ross family gives me no hope. And it's nothing against Vance Joseph, but this proves to you that Stephen Ross is an absolute buffoon. Because if this story is true and they're throwing the name Vance Joseph in the building, well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why are we putting the cart in front of the horse? You're supposed to fire everybody. You already fired the GM, right? Go hire a GM. Then get out of the way from the GM, owner included, and let the GM go make his own list of who he thinks he wants as a coach. Because what are you going to do? You're gonna keep the champ guy? Is that what we're doing? And we're going to just play the human Jenga stuff again? Come on, let's go. The idea is, if you're going to do it right, you need to clean house. You need to bring in a person that has the ultimate authority to fire anybody and everybody and bring in his own people top to bottom. Kind of reminds me a little bit, Sean. You and I are sitting there, we're working on side with Inter Miami, and they're starting the team and they're building the team, but they have no coach. And we're all looking around and talking amongst each other like, how do you build a team when you don't have a coach? And sure enough, when you hired the coach, that guy's got to go, that guy's got to go, that guy's got to go, because a bunch of guys didn't fit a system. Well, of course, morons, you built a team without a coach. Who does that? And who now half-ass GM from inside, and now you're just going to bring in a coach because you're afraid of doing a complete rebuild and do it right? If there's truth to this, and they're already thinking about a coach because they kind of want to half-ass this thing, Stephen Ross hasn't learned the damn thing at all. What a shame. What a real shame that man cannot and will not learn. It's crazy. But I saw that story and I'm like, you're supposed to wait till the end of the season, go hire a GM, and then say, hey, he's going to run the organization. He's going to decide all the football things, and we're going to support him. And then he decides who he wants to keep, who he wants to get rid of, well, who's going to be his coach, all that stuff. So that way he builds everything with synergy instead of somebody inheriting somebody and inheriting somebody else and all that. No, dude. You keep playing human Jenga, and human Jenga does not work. Sad. It's sad to see that it's the hamster wheel, dude. It's the hamster wheel. It just doesn't stop.